Hello everyone, it's Amanda. Long time no see. It has been a minute since I uploaded a video onto YouTube. I was just looking back in my creator studio and it has literally been a full year since I last uploaded a video, which is crazy. But I just feel like I needed to come on here and you know, maybe tie up some loose ends, give a little bit of explanation of where I've been and what my plans are going forward. I guess we can just cut to the chase. I have decided to just take a step back from YouTube. I am not saying that it's forever, but at least indefinitely for the time being. I've just reached a point in parenthood now where it's not feasible for me to continue doing this particular hobby on YouTube that I have done for literally 9 years now. I can't believe that I got on here when I first found out I was pregnant with Sophie 9 years ago, a little over 9 years ago, and she's 8 now. I mean, update on the kids. Alex is 10 and a half. Sophie is 8 and a half, and Teo is turning 6 in a few weeks. So I have no idea where the time goes, but given where they are, you know, they're getting older. We are still homeschooling, in case you were wondering about that. We are still doing the same hybrid program with the parent partnership in our district, and we love it. And all 3 kids are officially enrolled now, even though Teo is, you know, doing really well and ahead in a lot of things. He is now he was officially able to enroll as a kindergartner this year. So I have all 3 kids officially in school now, and I am officially homeschooling 3 kids now. You know, it's been a slow ramp up, and you know, I've had people say like, how do you homeschool 3 kids? And I'm like, well, I didn't start with homeschooling 3 kids. I started with like unschooling 1 kid back when Alex was a little guy, and it just, you know, it's been a slow progression, just adding bit by bit over time, over the years, and you know, you get better at it and you gain more confidence as time goes on. And so yeah, but now I am officially homeschooling 3 children. It does take basically all of my time now. And you know, I know that there are YouTubers out there, YouTube moms, that, you know, they just have this incredible executive functioning ability to juggle all the things in their life and homeschool their multiple kids and run a YouTube channel and do this and that. I am just not that person. You know, I've talked about how I have ADHD, and even though it is well managed now, I still have my limits. And, you know, educating my children, my 3 children, and managing all of the other things that I have to manage, you know, just being a parent and a homeowner and a wife and, you know, all the other things, I just can't juggle all those things. I've reached a point where I have reached my max. I can't do it anymore. It was easier when they were younger, because I wasn't managing all of the education stuff. It's interesting being in this season now because, like, in so many ways, parenting is easier now because they are older and they can do so much independently for themselves. We literally got them those phone watches a couple months ago, you know, where they can only contact the people that I say they can contact, and there's no internet, that kind of thing. But like, it's given them this independence. Like, I let them go through walks through the neighborhood now. I'm okay with letting them have a little more independence at home. You know, if I need to pop out and run a quick errand kind of thing, it's now their responsibility to make their own breakfast and lunch. We'll cover dinner, but they, you know, they're old enough now. I mean, Teo still needs a bit of help with that and we help him, but There's even stuff that he can get for himself now. And like in that way, it's gotten so much easier. Like they all shower on their own now. They're starting to do their own laundry. For the most part, like in that way, parenting has gotten so much easier. But at the same time, because I am a homeschool mom and I am now responsible for the education of my 3 children, which I take very, very seriously, like that takes more. Like even though the physical parenting is less now, my executive functioning bandwidth is now at capacity with planning all the homeschool, executing, teaching, doing all the things that we do with homeschool. And you know, I've talked about, like, thank God for our mother's bills and my mom. Like, I don't know what we would do without them, because I don't think I could pull this off if we didn't have their help a few times a week. It's just so helpful. But, you know, even having help and support, it is a lot of work. And, you know, like I said, at this season in our lives, my children's education is the most important thing to me. And like, you know, I enjoy doing YouTube, I enjoy the community and everything, but you know, in the long run, my children's education is more important than YouTube, and I want to do it the best that I can. And so I am stepping back from YouTube so I can not have, you know, that YouTube, like, oh, I should make a video, I really should make a video, you know, having that hanging over my head is just like one more thing that adds to my mental load, if you know what I mean. And I just need to not have that be there for the time being. And that's not to say that, you know, once they are, you know, in high school and, you know, maybe starting to head off to college, that, you know, maybe I'll start picking this up again. I'm going to leave my channel up. I'll pin this video to my homepage in case people come over here wondering what's going on my channel. You know, and I might come back. You know, I think that that's a good possibility, but I don't want to put a time frame on that. And for the time being right now, I need to focus on my children and their education, and we'll be entering adolescence in the next couple years, and like I just really want to be the best parent that I can be for them through that season. If you guys follow any of the like YouTube drama, reality TV drama stuff that goes down, there's been a lot of spotlight put recently on the exploitation of children on the internet and on TV, and that has also just really gotten me thinking about that whole world. Some people have trouble seeing nuance and have their black and white thinking and saying that, you know, putting your kids on the internet at all is child exploitation. I don't think that's quite true. It's a little more nuanced than that. I really think that your intentions matter, and your respect of your children matters. You know, how much money you are making off of your children, like all of those things are indicators of child exploitation. And so when we have situations like the Duggars, or, you know, this latest 8 passengers situation, you know, where the huge family vloggers, where these huge scandals come out, and oftentimes these enormous channels where these parents are making bank off of their children, and, you know, that they are pushing their children into filming things that they really don't want to, really personal things that they shouldn't be sharing about their children on the internet. And, you know, I just finished reading Jill Duggar's book, holy moly. Just like the financial abuse, the financial manipulation and emotional manipulation and abuse, clearly that kind of thing, there needs to be more regulation around that. I totally believe that. And, you know, I was thinking about this in terms of my own channel. You know, I'm in this little teeny tiny little channel, like not that, you know, this is like anything on the same kind of scale, but like I have for the last 9 years put my children on YouTube. And, you know, I have just been debating in my mind, like, what is the most ethical way to go about that in a nuanced way. I don't think that it's like inherently wrong to put your children on the internet. I think that, you know, we are in the age of the internet. This is the time we are living in. And I think that there is something to showing our kids how to have a healthy relationship with the internet as they are growing up. But all along, I have asked my kids, yes, they are minors, they don't have a fully developed prefrontal cortex, they're not 25 yet, but they are old enough to understand what the implications of going on the internet are now. And I've talked to them like many times. I'm always checking in with them and saying, like, are you comfortable with me putting you know, this video of you on the internet? And most of the time they're like, yeah, and like, you understand that there could be potentially, you know, thousands of people that could see you on the internet. And for the most part, they've been like, yeah, that's okay. You know, I tell them I don't want them to ever feel embarrassed. I don't want them to ever feel like I am oversharing something about their lives that they are not comfortable sharing. You know, we've talked about how the internet is forever. That said, you know, I did do a lot of filming of them when they were very small. And at the time that I started doing YouTube, I was not doing it to exploit my children. Like, I was genuinely doing it because I wanted to find a mom community out there, which I found. You know, starting in 2014, 2015, 16, I was still a pretty young, fresh mother. And I felt like I was, you know, figuring out my own parenting philosophies and like learning from other moms on the internet. And like, I did find that community on YouTube, and that's all I thought it was. If you've been around on my channel for the long haul, you probably remember that I had comments taken away because I have children in my videos. Granted, this was YouTube's solution, as Bill puts it, trying to do surgery with a hacksaw. You know, like, it wasn't actually solving the problem of, you know, these PEDO creeps that are out there. But aside from that issue, like, it did get me thinking about it. Like, when I first got on here, I didn't think about, you know, I was always generally aware of internet safety. Like, I've been very, very intentional about never putting any, like, identifying information. Like, I don't even share our last name. I don't share any sort of details about where exactly we live. The most I say is we live in the Seattle area. Like, it's a huge metropolis that could be anywhere. Like, I'm very careful about that. And I always have been. I have always been very intentional not to show anything too private about my kids, that kind of thing, you know, no nakedness or anything like that. But I also didn't realize that, like, there really are some sickos out there. And I do care about protecting my children. And since I really started thinking about that, I decided to go back and make several of my older videos private. Like, for example, my potty training videos. Like, I always thought, like, I'm just talking about this because this is a tough thing that moms have to go through, and, you know, maybe this will be helpful for other moms. But, like, I also now know that there are sickos out there that seek out that kind of content for nefarious, disgusting reasons. So I have made those private and demonetized those. I am also making all of our family vlogs private at this point. Like, all along, my point with those has never been to make my children famous or make my family famous or to make a ton of money off of them. Like, since the beginning, the only reason I started doing family vlogs was just for preserving our memories, truly. Like, the kids, I do them for my children, for their sake, for their memories. and they love looking back on them now, and I'm so glad that I've made them. And it's been a fun creative outlet for me, and I love that they appreciate them so much now. And you know, I realize even though they weren't that viewed even on my channel, I have decided to just make them private for now. And my kids can still, through my channel, watch them anytime they want to. And I'll probably just continue, you know, making them just for us, because that's the reason I do it, is because it's for preserving our memories. And, you know, if they decide that they want to, if they want to share them later on in life, once they're old enough to make that decision, then, you know, great. But for now, I think I'm just gonna take them down. I'm leaving all of the other kinds of videos up that I have put up, you know, like gardening videos and, you know, a lot of the parenting stuff that I've talked about, like, you know, my kids maybe show up in them. I'm debating on the autism ones, because I have had so many people tell me that that's been helpful for them navigating an autism diagnosis with their kids. So see, this is why it's such a double-edged sword, like, and I feel so torn about it, because it's like being an open book and sharing this kind of stuff is really important. But when it has to do with kids, it's this fine line, because it's like, we don't want this information to be used in any way against them, even for, you know, like job interviews when they're adults, or, you know, whatever it is. So I'm still kind of on the fence about, you know, my autism videos, but like other stuff that's more benign, like I'll leave that stuff up on my channel for the time being. I just wanted to give you guys an update that that's where we are in life right now and where I am with my channel at this point. Wanted to say at least a temporary goodbye for now. Like I said, it's not forever. I probably will be back at some point, but for right now, I am probably for the next few years at least going to put YouTube on the back burner. Now, I've said this in videos before, I am on Instagram. It is a lot easier for me to just make a post now and then on Instagram than have to like sit down and film a video for you guys and edit and upload and all the things. So I would love to still keep in touch with you guys, because I do really genuinely love the community that is here, and I do miss interacting with you guys, and I still do watch a lot of YouTube. I still watch a lot of you fellow mom YouTubers and homeschooling YouTubers and that kind of thing. I'm watching you guys all the time, and I'll continue to comment on your guys' videos and interact with, you know, YouTube friends that way. So I'm still here and I will be over on Instagram. I've decided to just kind of make my Instagram my public interaction place. I am selective about what I put there about my kids, but I do updates about the kids over there if you're interested in what's going on with them, and just other various things like thoughts and ideas that I have, like stuff that I might have made videos before, like I put that stuff on Instagram. I do not share my personal Facebook. I do have a personal Facebook, but I very intentionally have that one locked down tight, because I share a lot more personal stuff, you know, with my actual friends, in real life friends, on Facebook. I don't accept any friend requests for Facebook that I don't know in person, or at least have developed some kind of like real connection with. But I will be on Instagram for my more public stuff. So I would love to connect with you guys over there. My Instagram is eat_pray_crunch. So that is all for now. I wish you all the best, and hopefully this will just be a see you later, see you in a few years kind of thing. And yeah, hope to connect with you over on Instagram if that's something that you do. Otherwise, farewell, and I wish you all the best. Take care. Bye.